Hi everybody, welcome to my session. Let's start with the pricing topic today. What is pricing is all about? Before going to the pricing concept, let's have one simple example. Imagine you walk into a store and see two identical water bottles. One is priced at rupees 20 and the other is at rupees 100. You pause and wonder, why the differences? Is the expensive one better, is the cheaper, and one lower quality? This simple decision sparks a powerful concept in business that is called pricing. What is pricing? Pricing is the process of determining what a company will receive in exchange for its product or service. It is the amount a customer must pay to acquire something of value. In simple words, I can say that it's how much you charge your customer for your product or service. Example, Netflix charges 199 rupees per month for its basic plan. That is pricing. Apple charges 79,900 for its latest iPhone. That is pricing. Why is pricing important? Let's break it down into 5 key reasons. The first one is revenue generator. Price is the only element of the marketing mix, that is 4 Ps, that generates revenue. All other elements, that is product, place, promotion, involve cost. Example, if a company sells 1000 units of a product at rupees 100 each, and that's 1 lakh in revenue just because of pricing. And the second point is it affects profitability. Small changes in pricing can significantly impact profits. Example, if you increase your price by just 5%, it could double your profit margin if your costs stay the same. And the third point is positioning tool. Price reflects the value and positioning of a product in the minds of the consumers. Example, your Rolex watch is priced high to position it as a luxury brand. On the other hand, a Timex watch is priced lower for mass affordability. And the fourth point is competitive advantage. A smart pricing strategy can help a company stay ahead of the competition. Example, Jio disrupted the Indian telecom market by offering extremely low data prices in 2016, changing the industry forever. And the fifth point is customer perception. Price influences how customers perceive the quality and value of the product. Example, a product that is too cheap might make customer question its quality, while a higher prices can signal premium quality. The conclusion, I can say that pricing is the what customer pays for a product or service. It is critical for generating revenue and profit, influences brand image, and it plays a strategical role in market positioning. I can close this thought with the for the pricing is it is not just about numbers, it's about psychology, strategy, and customer perception. You're pricing right and you're open the doors to success. How to understand his pricing? Let me understand his pricing with a small example. Imagine you are starting a small business, maybe selling homemade organic soaps. You have figured out your ingredients, your branding looks great, but now the big question hits you. How much should I charge for 1 bar of soap? That's right there is the beginning of understanding pricing. What do you mean by pricing? Pricing refers to the process of deciding what amount a customer must pay to buy a product or service. But understanding pricing is more than just putting a number on a product. It involves knowing your cost, understanding your customers' willingness to pay, watching your competitors' prices, and deciding on the value you offer. Let us study the key components of understanding pricing. Let's break it down this. The first point is cost-based pricing. It starts with your cost, add your desired profit margin. Example, if making a bar of soap costs rupees 40 and you want a profit of rupees 20, your price becomes 60. But cost is only part of the story. Next is value-based pricing. What is the product worth to the customer? Sometimes the perceived value is more important than the cost. Example, a luxury perfume might cost 200 to make, but it's sold for 2000 because of branding and emotional value. And the third is competition-based pricing. Look at what competitors are charging for similar product. Example, if most brand price their hand sanitizer at rupees 50 and you price yours at 90, you need a strong reason to justify that. Next is psychological pricing. This involves using pricing to influence customer behavior. Example, 99 rupees feels cheaper than 100, even if it's just rupees 1 less. That's why so many products are priced like 999 instead of 1000. Next is dynamic pricing. Prices changes based on demand, timing, or customer behavior. Example, Uber charges more during peak hours. Airline charge more for last minute bookings. Now let's move on to the factors which influence the pricing decision. The first is product cost, target markets, brand image market, conditions, government regulations, distributions, channels. Let's take one real life example, Starbucks. Why do people pay 300 for a coffee at Starbucks when they can get one for 30 rupees elsewhere? It is only because of ambience, brand value, experience, perception, or premium quality. That's understanding pricing, not just numbers, but emotions and positioning. To truly understand pricing, you must balance cost, what it takes to make the product. It takes value, what customer feels it's worth. It takes competition, what other charges, and a strategy, what you want your price to communicate. I can close this pricing by stating that pricing is both an art and a science. The better you understand it, the more powerfully you can position your product in the market. Let's start with a new topic, consumer psychology and pricing. For this topic, I have got a very small snippet of information. Let's, let's talk about this. Have you ever noticed why so many products are priced at rupees 99 instead of 100, 499 instead of 500? In a supermarket, researcher found that a product price at rupees 99 outsold the same product at rupees 100 by over 25%. The one difference does not save as much, but in our minds, it feels significantly cheaper. Why? That's the power of consumer psychology in pricing. The power of one. Let me tell you one more, a true story. In a US retail study, a woman's clothing item was tested with three different prices, that is $34, $39, and $44. Surprisingly, the version price at $39 outsold both 34 and 44, even though 34 was cheaper. Why? Because 39 felt like a better deal. This is how powerful consumer psychology can be. It does not follow logic, it follows perception. What is consumer psychology in pricing? It is a study of how consumers perceive, react to, and make decisions based on prices. Customers don't always pick the lowest price. They pick what feels fair, valuable, or even luxurious, depending on the situation. In short, pricing is not just a financial decision, it's a psychological one. Now let's move on to the next topic, the key psychological pricing strategies with real world examples. Charm pricing or 99 pricing concept, price ending in 9 like 99 or 999, 1999 feels significantly cheaper even if they are just rupees 1 less than round number. Why it works? People read from left to right. 999 feels closer to 900 than 1000. Example, Bata shoes are almost always priced like 499 or 699. Mobile phones on Flipkart only 13,999 instead of 14,000. Tips for students, even to business. Charm pricing can help in negotiation framing. And the second one is price anchoring concept. When people are shown a high price first, other prices feels cheaper in comparison. Example, a laptop is listed as was 79,999, now 54,999. Even if 54,999 was the intended price, the anchor of rupees 79,999 make it look like a bargain. Another example, restaurants show a 3,000 dish at the top of the menu, not to sell it, but to make the 1,200 dishes seems reasonable. Next is decoy pricing, the middle option effect concept. The third option is introduced to influence choice between two main options. Example, The Economist once offered web-only subscription $59, print-only subscription $125, web plus print subscription $125. Most people pick the third option because it seems like a free upgrade. The middle one was a decoy to push sales. Indian examples like Zomato Pro plans 3 months at $399, 6 months at $749, and 12 months at $799. The 12-month plan feels like a steal, so people choose it. And the next fourth one is psychological price threshold concept. Crossing certain price points like 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 creates a psychological barrier. Example, a pen price at 999 might sell better than one at 1,005, even though it's a teeny difference reason. 1,000 is a mental cutoff. Getting above it shifts the product into more expensive category in the consumer's mind. And the fifth is loss aversion concept. People hate losing more than they enjoy gaining. Example, instead of saying save 500, say don't miss your 500 discount. People are more likely to take action when they feel they are losing something. E-commerce example, only 2 seats left at the price, or sale ends in 3 hours. Increases urgency due to fear of missing out. And the next one is the power of free concept. People are irrationally attracted to the word free, even when the values is small. Example, buy 2 get 1 free. Work better than 33% off, even though they are the same in value. Amazon free delivery encourages people to buy more to reach the threshold. What is the psychological effect? The free removes risk and increases joy. And the seventh one is perceived value pricing concept. People pay based on what they think the product is worth, not what it cost. Example, a Gucci handbag may cost 8,000 to produce, but sells for 80,000 plus because of brand perception. iPhone sells for premium prices because they are perceived as high quality and high status. Bonus psychological risk, which is used in pricing, rounded prices 1,000. They feel trustworthy and professional, which is used in finance or consulting. Odd prices, 999, feel like bargains, used in retail and consumer goods. Bundling, combining product services to increase value perception, combo meals at McDonald's. What are the application of all this in business and marketing? As a MBA student, understanding consumer psychology, it helps the student to design better pricing strategies, positioning your product smartly, and also to influence the buyer behavior ethically, and to create more profitable offerings. Let us move on to the one more topic, the factors which influences the pricing. Let me tell you one puzzle, the phone pricing puzzle. Imagine 2 smartphones with nearly the same features. One is priced at rupees 12,999 and another at 23,999. You wonder why such a big gap. The answer lies in the many factors that influence pricing, not just cost, but branding, competition, target customers, and also more. Today, let's decode what drives those price tags. What are pricing factors? What are the factors which influence the pricing? The first is the factors are the different internals and the external elements that affects how much a business charges for its product or service. These factors shape pricing decisions to match business goals, market realities, consumer expectations. The major factor which influence the pricing with examples, let them explore one by one. The first one is cost of production explanation. The basic rule is your price must at least cover your cost, include raw materials, labor overhead, rent, electricity. Example is if producing a pair of jeans costs rupees 500, a brand might price it at 800 to cover the cost and earn profit. This is called cost plus pricing. And the second one is demand for the product. If demand is high, businesses can charge more. If demand is low, they may reduce the prices. Example, cold drinks are cheaper in winter and more expensive in summer. Tickets for IPL matches shoot up during the playoff because demand peaks. Based on the law of demand and supply. And the third question is factors is company objectives. Pricing depends on what the company want to achieve to maximize the profit and to gain the market share and also for the survival with tough competitions. Geo launched with ultra low prices to grab the market share. Rolex watches maintain high prices to protect brand prestige and pricing aligns with the strategic goals. And the fourth factor is customer perception of value. How valuable customers think your product is will impact how much they are willing to pay. Example, Starbucks coffee may cost rupees 30 to make, but people happily pay 300 because of perceived quality, ambience, and experience. Apple users pay more for designs, brand status, and ecosystem. This is value based pricing. And the next one is competition in the market. If many companies offer similar product pricing, must stay competitive. Example, telecom companies in India slash prices due to price wars. Online retailers like Flipkart and Amazon constantly match or beat each other's pricing. This is called competition based pricing. And the next factor is government regulations. Government many control prices of essential goods, impose taxes or offer subsidies. Example, petrol and diesel prices are influenced by government taxes. Medicines under the national list of essential medicines have price gaps. Businesses must comply with legal price limits. The next factor is market condition and economic environment. Economic factors like inflation, recession, or exchange rates can impact pricing. Example, during inflation, input costs rise leading to higher product prices. And during a recession, companies offer discount to boost sales. The next factor is distribution channels. Products sold through middlemen may cost more than those sold directly. Example, a product sold via Amazon include logistics and seller margins. A direct-to-consumer brand like Mama's Earth can offer better pricing through their own websites. And the next factor is marketing and promotion expenses. If a company spends heavily on advertising, that cost is often included in the product price. Example, luxury perfumes charge high prices, partly to cover expensive brand ambassadors and ads. A local product with no ad budget may cost less for similar quality. The 10th factor is target market and segmentation. Pricing depends on whom you are targeting, premium customers or mass market. Example, Mercedes targets high income group, so their pricing reflects exclusively. Ola or Uber offer low cost ride options for pricing sensitive users. And next topic, we'll move on to the major pricing strategies and methods. Now let me ask you, have you ever wondered why some products are super cheap while others cost a fortune, even if they look almost the same? Like why is a plain white t-shirt from a local shop cost rupees 250, but the same one from Zara is 1,500? The answer lies in your guess it pricing strategy. Let's explore the why and how behind pricing. So what is exactly is a pricing strategy? Think of it like this. Pricing is not just about covering cost, it's about choosing a number that matches your goals, whether you want to earn profit, beat the competition, or create a premium brand image. Let's start with the main pricing strategies. First one is cost-based pricing. The cost-based pricing is nothing but when you calculate how much it costs to make the product, add a profit on top, and that's how your price is. For example, says you're making homemade candles. If it costs you 100 to make one and you want a 30 rupees profit, you sell it for 130 rupees. It's simple. But this does not always reflect what customers are actually willing to pay, which brings us to the second one is value-based pricing. This one is my personal favorite. Here you set the price based on how much value your customer sees in your product, not just how much it cost you. Think about Starbucks. A regular coffee might cost rupees 30 rupees to make, but they charge rupees 300. Why? Because you are not just buying coffee, you are buying the vibe, the brand, the comfy chairs, the Wi-Fi. So if your product makes your customer feels like it's worth more, then they will often pay more. And the third is competition based pricing. Now, in a market where there are a lot of players, you have to keep an eye on your competition. Let's say you are launching a mobile phone and your competitors are selling theirs at 14,000 and you will probably price your around 13,000 or 14,499 to stay competitive. This is exactly what happened with Ola and Uber. If one drops the price, the other follow instantly. And the fourth one is penetration pricing. Even heard of enter the market with a bank? That's penetration pricing. You set a really low price at first to attract customer and to grab attention. Think about when Jio entered the telecom market, free calls, free internet, it shook up the entire industry. Once they had millions of users, they slowly increased prices. So this worked great when you want volume and visibility quickly. And the fifth is skimming pricing. This one's the opposite of penetration. It is called price skimming. Here you start with a high prices, usually for a new or innovative product, and then gradually lower it. Guess who uses this? Yup, Apple. When a new iPhone drops, it's expensive, but after 6 months, the price drops a bit, making it accessible to more buyers. It helps the company recover R&D cost early on. And the next one is premium pricing. Now, this is all about positioning your product as luxurious or exclusive. You keep the price high on purpose to maintain the premium brand image. Think Rolex, Gucci, or Mercedes Benz. They don't sell based on cost, they sell based on brand value. Even in India, Taj Hotels does this brilliantly. And the next one is psychological pricing. Let's be honest, with 999 feels cheaper than 1000, right? Even though it's just one difference, 1 rupee difference, that's psychological pricing. Tricking the brain into thinking we are getting a deal. Retailers, e-commerce sites, even food delivery apps use this every day. It works because we focus on the first digit. 999 feels like 900, rupees 900 more than 1000. And the next one is bundle pricing. Ever seen buy two get one free or combo offer? Burgers, fries, and Coke at 199. That's bundle pricing. You package products together and sell them for a better overall deal. It increases perceived value and helps the company sell more items together. And the next, now let's switch gears. How do business calculate prices? These are called pricing methods. Let's look at a few pricing methods. The first is markup pricing, cost plus profit percentage. This is very straightforward. Let's say you buy a bag for rupees 500 and want a 20% profit. You sell it for 600. This is common in retail shops and local businesses. Next is target return pricing. This one is used when businesses want a specific return on investment. For example, if your total cost for making a product is 1 lakh and you want to earn 20,000 profit and you're making 1,000 units, you would price each unit at rupees 120. Next one is break-even pricing. This is about finding the price at which you are not losing or making money. Just breaking even, it is useful when launching a new product just to recover the cost and test the markets. The fourth one is going rate pricing. You simply follow the market price, especially in industries where all competitors charge similar amounts. Think airline tickets or even petrol prices. They mostly follow a standard rate. And the fifth is dynamic and surge pricing. This is based on real-time demand. You must have noticed Uber charges more during peak hours. That's surge pricing. Hotels and airlines also does this. Prices go up when demand increases. And the next, let's quickly recap what a question for what a, with a question for which price strategy would you use if you launch your own brand or of organic face cream? Would you go premium, value based, or penetration? Think about your audiences, your product quality, and your brand goals. The final thought, what I want to state here is, so now you know pricing is not just about numbers on a tag, it's strategy that speaks volumes about your product, your brand, and your goals. And as futures marketers, you won't just decide what something is cost, you will decide what it's worth in the eyes of the customers. Now let's move on to the pricing mix strategies. Now we are dividing into an exciting pricing concept that you have definitely experienced as a customer. Even if you don't know the name, it is called product mix pricing. Let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever gone to buy one item but ended buying two or three things together because it seems like a better deal? That's not a coincidence, that's a product mix pricing in action. So what is product mix pricing is all about? Well, business rarely sell just one product. Most companies offer a range or mix of products and they price them together strategically. This strategy helps them increase sales, profits, and customer loyalty. There are 5 major types of product mix pricing strategies. Let's go through each with real world examples. Of course, the first is product line pricing. Let's start with a simple one. Product line pricing, imagine you are shopping for a smartphones. You see 3 versions of the same model. Basic 14,999, standard 19,999, and pro is 24,999. All from the same brand. Now the features increases slightly with each level, but here is the real trick. This pricing is designed to make the middle option look the most attractive. Example, Apple, iPhone or Samsung. Galaxy phones, they are sold in different variants to appeal to different budgets. This strategy helps businesses to target multiple customer segments while increasing upselling. And the second one is optional product pricing. This is where companies sell the main product at a base price and then offer optional features or add-ons for an extra cost. Example, when you buy a car, the basic model comes at a standard price. But if you want alloy wheels, leather seats, or a sunroof, you pay extra. Another example, buying a PlayStation and then choosing which extra controller or VR headset you want. It allows customer to customize their purchase and it helps companies boost profit with extras. And the third is captive product pricing. This one's very clever. It involves selling a main product at a competitive price, but the customer has to keep buying a related product regularly. Let me explain with a fun example. Say you buy a printer for rupees 3,000. It sounds very cheap, right? But later you realize you need to keep buying that specific ink cartridge which cost around 1,000 rupees every month. The main product is captive and it locks you into buying related items again and again. Example, Gillette razor, cheap handle, expensive blades, or even coffee machines with specific capsules. Next, fourth one is product pricing. Okay, this one's a little different and very smart from a business point of view. Some industries generate byproduct waste or leftover during production instead of throwing them away. Companies sell them to a lower prices and reduce cost or even make a profit. Example, in sugar production, molasses is a byproduct, but it's sold to make alcohol or cattle feed. Cheap cheese making produces whey, which is sold as a protein supplement. So byproduct pricing turns waste into wealth. And the fifth is product bundle pricing. You're going to love this one because we see it everywhere. This is where companies bundle several products together and sell them at a lower prices than buying each separately. Think McDonald's burger plus fries plus Coke equal 199 combo meal, or software bundles. Microsoft Office gives you Word, Excel, and PowerPoint as a package. It makes the customer feel like they are getting a deal and helps the company sell more product together. This also reduces marketing cost and increase perceived value. With this, I'm winding up the session. Thanks for watching.